were young marrieds in a brand new home. We moved into a neighborhood. I was inactive, and 8 months pregnant, went into labor, and lost our first child. And didn't know anybody in the area. And the next day, there was a knock on the door, and it was a person I didn't know, and she had a loaf of bread and a bottle of jam, and she said, "I heard about your situation, and we just want you to know we care." And over the next couple of days, that was repeated several times from the sisters in the Lord. And a friend of a friend of somebody else's had said, "By the way, she's a member of the church." And that's all it took. And they were complete strangers, and that's really how I got back into the church.
Well, being in primary most of the time, it feels really special every time I get to show up to Relief Society. I always feel the spirit more in Relief Society, which I feel like I really need.
Her and I had moved around a ton in our early years of marriage, like 7 or 8 times, and I just remember feeling like physically ill sometimes and just so homesick for my family, and we had just been praying for a change, and we got a job opening here in Arizona, and we moved here, and I am so grateful because Heavenly Father knew to put me right in Relief Society. Seriously, hardly ever feel homesick, and it's been such a blessing in my life to know that I have these sisters. I miss my sisters so much from home, but I have these sisters that are with me daily that I can rely upon if I need help, and it's just such a blessing in my life, and I'm so grateful that Heavenly Father has blessed me with Relief Society.
A time in my life when I really learned to love Relief Society was shortly after Jess and I were married. We were in a young college ward for married couples, and it was fun just because we were all in the same stage of life, newlyweds and starting out, being pregnant, having babies. And I remember a really fun retreat we went on where we all stayed overnight in a cabin and just played games and got to know all the sisters really well. And it just meant a lot to me to know I had so many sisters, and just feeling that strength and that love. It's always been special memories in my life.
We're all individually going through stuff, and we need each other, and that's basically what Relief Society is all about, to help each other, to serve each other, and buoy each other up. And
I love that through Relief Society we have instant angels to help us, no matter if we're each other's visiting teachers or not. I love that we can depend on each other and not feel alone. And that's what I love about Relief Society.
I really love Relief Society, period. I really think it is a worldwide circle of sisterhood, and it's a place where we can fortify our combined efforts when we serve together, and it offers us a place of refuge, and we can become a super influence to those around us, and as we serve together.
My favorite visiting teacher, her name was Lucille Pratt, and she was close to 80 years old, and she was in a wheelchair because she had polio as a young kid. And she was a very persistent partner. I would constantly get phone calls from her saying, "Did you set up visiting teacher yet?" And I was crying over there. But I learned to love her. I had to set up all appointments for us to go to her house. So I had to call and ask the people we were visiting if they could go to her house. And it was kind of a nuisance, but everyone was very kind, and I loved going over there, and I learned a lot from her. She taught me the importance of visiting teaching, and she taught me to love my partner as well as the ladies I visit, and I learned to index from her before indexing was even mentioned to most people. But because of her, I learned to love indexing, and at that time I had 3 young kids, and I wasn't able to serve, and so this was a way for me to be able to serve and do temple work while my children were napping, and I was grateful for her knowledge and what she taught me, and I was just grateful for her love.
The truth of the church, wherever you go, the Relief Society is there. And it just continues to build my faith every time I receive service from the Sisters of the Relief Society.
There are times when you might feel aimless and can't see the places where you belong, but you will find that there is a purpose. It's been there within you all along, and when you're near it, you can almost hear it. It's like a symphony. Just keep listening, and pretty soon you'll start to figure out your part. Everyone plays a piece, and there are melodies in each one of us. Oh, it's glorious. And you will know how to let it ring out as you discover who you are. Others around you will start to wake up to the sounds that are in their hearts. It's so amazing what we're all creating. It's like a symphony. Just keep listening, and pretty soon you'll start to figure out your part. Everyone plays a piece, and there are melodies in each one of us. Oh, it's glorious. And as you feel the notes build, you will see. It's like a symphony. Just keep listening, and pretty soon you'll start to figure out your part. Everyone plays a piece, and there are melodies in each one of us. Oh,